Hello.
Thanks, Simone.
Okay, good morning, good afternoon, everyone. For some of us, it's afternoon. For some of you, it's good morning. Amalia is here to talk to us today about her country where she was born, in Uruguay, even though she's been living in the Netherlands for quite a while. And that's where we met. I think we met during this event about capoeira. You guys will
Exactly.
know soon. She's very crazy about Brazil. She lived in Brazil before, and she speaks Portuguese. So if any or all of you struggle with a word in English, you could just switch to Portuguese or Spanish. Is going to be fine because she is a Brazilian lover. So Amalia, please give us a little introduction about yourself. I mean, I admire her because of the fact that she's a dancer, she's an actress, she's a performer, she's a teacher, she's lots of things. And it's very difficult to find some nice people like her. She's so kind. And those back in the days, we used to help each other. I was giving her Dutch lessons, and she was teaching me Pilates. And some of the things that she taught me back then, I still use it every single day of my life. So
Oh,
you're a great teacher. All right, I'm going to stop now. I let you talk. Welcome.
Okay, I don't know where I start. I am Uruguayan. I was born in a small city in the department of Rocha, is border with Rio Grande do Sul in Brazil. And then I went to Montevideo. Then I went with a scholarship to Rio, and then I spent almost 10 years. I did my bachelor in performing arts and master in Rio. Then I will do a resume where I meet my actual boyfriend. He's Dutch, and this is the reason I came to live here in the Netherlands. We meet in the carnival in Rio. I recommend. And from there, I am performing a performer, a dancer, contemporary dancer, actress, and a Pilates instructor. And I dance between all because sometimes I have more work in the Pilates classes, some projects in dance or theater here, and this is what I do. Here was more difficult, of course, because of the language. For me, is hard. Is still hard work with the Dutch, because I thought I will be the same as the Portuguese, because in 3 months I was speaking with my Spanish accent, but I was speaking Portuguese and say, I just study Dutch and I will speak, but no. It's completely other language. And with English, I studied English when I was child, maybe 10 years I studied English, but then I didn't speak anymore. And then thanks to these classes, I can survive here because I teach in English. The space I work is in English. Sometimes I try my Dutch, but not so far. I admire you, Simone. You can speak fluently Dutch. Okay, this is more or less my resume. I don't know if you want to ask me something, because I try to put many years in these minutes.
Oh, well, thanks a lot for this introduction. I'm sure some guys are ready to ask some questions. Please try to raise your hand so that we can go further. I think Laurence, is your mic not working? So you can just ask for the question, and then we go with raising your hands, the next one.
Yes, I was wanted to say about the Dutch. How many years are you? Sorry, maybe I didn't listen well. How many years you said you were in the Netherlands now?
8 years, and
Okay,
I did course. My boyfriend is Dutch, but I don't know. I think because I started older, it's not the same. I see childs or teens speaking, and it's super fast. And in the beginning, I have like a resistance and frustration because it was difficult. And I said, I don't want. I remember, Simone, sometimes we speak and you were encouraging me and yes, you can, yes, try. But I don't know, I have like, I don't want. And this make more difficult my life.
Because I have some kind of ideas because I struggle as well. But what we find out with some other foreigners when we started, and I remember I started together with also a Peruvian guy, so Spanish speaker. And the day we convinced the teacher that she had to bring the grammatica in a Latin language, then we started understanding the Dutch. And then it was comprehensive to us. And then it took a lot of hours. So minimum below 3 hours studying per week is not possible to learn, even though you live there and you speak with people every day. I would say 6 to 8 hours per week, it's necessary. Strong worker every day. And also because the way we study the languages in our countries, whatever France or Spanish speaker, you really need to, at our age, we don't understand the global type of instruction. We need the structure instruction, and because the Dutch people, they teach globally, the global method. And for us, it's not comprehensive. And the day we convinced the teacher, she took a book with the grammatica in Latin, and then she started teaching us in Latin. And then we understood. Really, it's necessary. But okay, I don't know if it means anything to you.
The course I did was, I think the point was a lot of people was and people from many places, and they tried to do one system, and I think for me didn't work. Was a lot of words and text and writing, and I think I was missing the speaking. We didn't have opportunity for speak too much because it was big groups. This is was my experience. Then I try, of course, I try every day here, and I understand almost all. I understand. And in some, I can follow conversation and speak a little bit. But then other point is like everybody speak English here, and this is why the people listen me and see me in struggle, and they immediately switch to English. And of course I say, okay, I am in English. But I think I am fine. I think I am trying to sail in the places I can be accepted with my Spanglish. And what's very interesting for me, I found an amazing motivation, because recently I present with another actor from Colombia, and we are with the same point with the language. And we wanted to make a big challenge, and we create a performance based in Waiting for Godot. But the point is, like, we are rehearsing a performance, and this is the performance. It is about this, a rehearsal, and the rehearsal we show, it is in Dutch, and we needed to memorize the words in Dutch from the play, and we did. And this was I was super motivated, and I worked hard with the words. And I think because it's a play, because I know the play, because it's theater, because we could play with the word and with the accent, because we were in a theatrical space. And this was a nice motivation I found. And I say, okay, I will start to read more plays I know, maybe in Dutch, maybe this motivated me with more words. Yeah, this is.
Okay, Amalia,
yeah,
Amalia, my question is about tango, okay? As you were a dancer, I assume that you were a tango dancer. So answer us. Was tango
or stereotype.
Was tango originated, in fact, in Buenos Aires or Montevideo?
I know this question. I am contemporary dancer, but I dance tango because I danced, with my father when I was child, because everybody dance. The tango is Rio Platense. It's from Uruguay and Argentina. But of course, you know more because Argentina is a bigger country and there are more musicians, more dancers from Argentina. This is why maybe, they travel more around the world and you listen. But every time everybody say me, Argentinian tango, and say, no, the tango is from Rio de la Plata. And the big artist we have in fight with Argentina is Gardel, because for us, he was born in Uruguay and then he went to Buenos Aires and he was famous in Buenos Aires. And for the Argentinian, he's Argentinian, and this is something we will never know because we don't know. It's just legend from both sides. And I like, of course, I love tangos. I listen my mother and grandmother singing tangos when they were cooking. And it's amazing. It's amazing. And it's super, like, performatic. Yeah.
Very sensual as well.
What?
Sexy, sensual. Really,
yes.
You have to do the
question. He was, of course.
Thanks so much for your answer.
It's very nice. And do you like tango? Do you dance tango?
No.
You just were curious.
Yeah, so just curious.
Yeah, it's amazing. But I like many. I cannot do all, but for example, in Brazil, I was crazy with all the dances and the expression, and I follow capoeira. Like in the Unirio was the faculty I did. I had some Brazilian expression, and I love it because you have so many.
Hi, Amalia, good afternoon.
Hi.
I'd like to ask you a question about culture. As you've been living in the Netherlands for some years already, what is the biggest difference when you compare Dutch culture with Uruguayan culture, in your opinion?
It's a lot. But in some moment, maybe because I live in Maastricht, is in the south, is a capital, but from this province.
Yeah.
I found some similarities with Uruguay, related with how they are defend a lot the tolerance, the freedom, the respect. And I think it's something like when I travel, I perceive. When I was in Uruguay, I was criticizing a lot. Many things doesn't work in Uruguay. But when you travel, you have another perspective. And I found these things similar. And but of course I think the people is more close. Yeah, for me it's difficult for make friends, because they are like, yeah, give me space, wait a bit, like, yeah, don't come too close, don't hug me, don't touch me. But
And
yeah.
you like this kind of approach, like with
Yeah,
Brazilians, for
sure.
example. Yeah.
When it's totally different when you meet a person. Sometimes, for example, I have now a client from Mexico, and the first time we saw was a hug, and was the first time we saw. But this, like, yeah, something we normally, maybe with Simone, I don't remember this, but probably was super natural how we started to speak. And never you can do this here. When they see you with this, like, they are come too close, they put the hands, like, yeah, arms.
Some space. Like,
Exactly. And yeah, then, yeah, this is difficult. I like to hug, to touch, to be close. What to say? Yeah, something that maybe everybody knows, the weather for me was difficult, because we have winter and it's cold, but we had the sun. And the first year I say, I know this is not for me. I cannot. 3 weeks without sun, for example, was something I never experienced. You have days with, yeah, cloudy days, but without sun, 3-4 weeks. And of course, you started to be sad. And here, yeah, it's normal that people take the vitamin D when, yeah, in this period. And for me, it was something, what? I need to take this? For me, is something we have for free. Yeah, this is something, things are coming now in my mind. I think the social life is what I miss, because it's and this cultural thing, like, for you see a person, you need to make appointment, and sometimes say, I'd like to speak with you. I have time in 2 months, and it's 2 months. Yeah, and yeah, I forgot what I wanted to speak, and
yeah.
yeah.
All right. Thank you for your.
Some people is writing. Maybe you are reading, Simone. Or I will read later.
May I ask you, Amalia? You see, you are from Uruguay, a nice country. I know Montevideo, Punta del Diablo, Punta del Este. Very nice country. Excuse me.
Cabo Polonio, maybe, if you mention.
Yeah. I went there by car driving from Curitiba to Montevideo. Very nice people. Okay. And it's small country, small population, 3.5 million, okay, population. And I ask you about the cannabis. Cannabis is free in Uruguay, and I guess in Holland or Netherlands, free too. Anyone goes to prison for this, okay? In my opinion, it's not good for health. Tobacco or cannabis, this is not good for health. Okay, it can be a problem. Okay, I want to listen your opinion about this. And thank you for your opinion about Rio, because some people, they say, oh, Rio is terrible, it's violent, don't go there. But Rio is a special city. I love Rio de Janeiro.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
First, you mentioned Rio, and I'd say for me was super difficult when I needed to leave Rio. Was I have maybe 6 months. I was super sad, because it was a really city I fell in love. But it's amazing, and you think when you need to describe, I think Rio has the most amazing things and the most horrible thing. You don't have middle things. It's amazing the experience or terrible. And I think you have both. You have, it's beautiful, the city. You have beautiful people, beautiful culture, and you also have not nice things. This is, but I love the city. And about your questions, and this is something in common, Netherlands and Uruguay, but it's not the same system. Here they have, you can buy the cannabis in the coffee shops, but depend of the province are different rules. I think Amsterdam, because it's more touristic, yes, you go a coffee shop, and it's your responsibility. But you go walking in the touristic part in Amsterdam, I think you don't need to enter in a coffee shop because you already smell the smoke in the streets. And but I think it's more touristic because I don't see the local people going too much to the coffee shop. But you can have your own plants. But I think you have a rule how many, I am not sure, but I think it's something like this. And in Uruguay, it's different. It's a regulation of the
commerce,
the commerce. Yeah, thank you. The commerce of from the cannabis, because you have amount of grams you can buy for month, and need to be in the farmacias in Uruguay, and you need to have a registration for buys, and only for Uruguayans. Only a Uruguayan can buy, and you cannot buy more than this amount. And the good thing, like, is they say is good because they look how is planted, how is the product. And before, in the clandestinity, I don't know if you were really consuming cannabis, or I don't know what they put. This is one thing. And I think the real goal is for break the narco traffic. This is and they say really was less the business, or they are really breaking the narco traffic in Uruguay with regulating the cannabis. And I think really is the solution, because the other solution is repression, and this is from the beginning of the story, and doesn't work. It's more violence and more violence. I think if you regulate, and who want to consume will consume. I think this you cannot. I think you can regulate and put this in the society, and see, and I think.
Yeah, I guess a good idea is the information about the risks for the teenagers, for everyone, because it's risky. You can use, but there is a risk, okay? And the problem in Brazil, finishing, is the prisons. We have more than about 800,000 people in prisons, and a lot of people, ladies, young people on jail because traffic or using drugs, okay, cannabis and others. Thank you, Amalia, about your answer.
It's a big. I think I am trying to resume, and but of course, it's a big question about this point.
Hello, Lilian. Richard from South Africa. I must commend you firstly on your English. I think it's brilliant. As an English-speaking person, I actually understand your English perfectly. So you've done a good job. You've done a very good job. My question is for somebody that would like to immigrate to Uruguay. someone like me. And firstly, I love South American countries, all of them. I think they're beautiful because they remind me a lot of South Africa. It's hot, as you mentioned, sunshine, and we have winter and we have summer, and it's almost equal. We still have sunshine in winter. So if I decided that I want to move to Uruguay, what are the opportunities for work for an immigrant in Uruguay?
I think super open because and it's not difficult. For example, the process for I have my permanent legal permanent legal, I don't know what the name. Here was, oh my God, was a lot of paper, was crazy, but I think is in whole Europe like this. Uruguay, you will not have this. I think will be very easy. I think it's a super open country for immigrant because we have a lot. I think was many waves of immigrants we receive, and you have. I am probably a mix of immigrants too. And the only thing I think of Uruguay is why it's so expensive, because it's one of the most expensive countries in South America. Yeah, I think it's because we are few. I don't know why, but it's really, I compare when I go and I pay more or less the same in a supermarket that I pay here. And of course, the salary are not the same. This is the big deal. Yeah, the big difference. And I say how we survive, because it's expensive. The food is expensive. The basic things are expensive. But I think for you live, I recommend. I think when I be older, I will come back. This is what I wish. I think I see myself older in my country. You don't know Uruguay yet. Richard, what's your question? You don't know Uruguay.
Well, I know of the country. I've just never been there. It's one of the countries. Yeah, one of the countries we don't need a visa to visit. We get a 90-day tourist visa for free. We don't need, just to enter. So it's always been, and it's South America plays rugby, which is a very passionate, very important sport for us South Africans. And Uruguayan rugby is one of the oldest rugby unions in the world.
On one of the, I don't know, the sound is about it. One of the
oldest rugby unions in the world is Uruguay. Yeah, together with Chile.
I don't know a lot of rugby. I know the football is something like, super important for the Uruguayan, but for Brazil is the same. But yes, I know, there is a rugby team, sure. I didn't know this part. I don't know a lot.
Well, just so you know, they're one of the oldest. You've got one of the oldest rugby unions in the world. So we've been playing rugby since 1865.
Wow. Yeah, I didn't know. Oh.
You see, Amalia, you come here to learn something about your country.
Yes,
amazing.
Exactly. Yeah,
Thank
sure.
you, Richard. Okay, Fabio.
Okay, in Brazil, it's 11:36. The lunchtime is coming. I'm hungry, so my question will be about food. I heard that in Uruguay you have a very, very famous food, like a traditional food named chivito. Is it correct? Chivito. Tell me about this food, because my plan is next year to visit your country by car in this different place. I'm really interested about this trip, but everybody says about this food. In my city, for instance, maybe you don't know, acarajé. It's a kind of salt cake. It's pretty amazing.
Exactly.
I live in Bahia. Have you heard about the acarajé?
Yes,
Okay,
yes, I ate.
Tell me about this food and how do you do in Dutch?
Yeah, you don't have this. I think, Simone, you are showing the images of chivitos. Is this is really a Uruguayan plate, and yeah, it's how you see. You have different, but the point is the quality of the meat is really good. And now I will explain why. And then you have eggs, lettuce, tomato, jam. You have chivito al plato is this with fries. This is one, and like you can, you don't eat with the hands, but they say the real chivito is for you eat with the hands. And I can recommend places. I need to look because I forgot exactly the name, but I have the names. 2 places that are super because it's tan. I don't want to be, but I can write later. Yes, it's very good. But the point is like I am vegetarian. The people cannot believe how you Uruguayan, but I ate meat all my life. All my life I ate meat. I decided to be vegetarian maybe 5 years ago, but yeah, it was my decision. But also was easier for me here because it's not as good as in Uruguay, the meat. And I think it was easy when I decided to say, okay, I can live without. I ate meat. I think the point is very good is how the cows grows. They grow free, and I think this make the meat more soft. And and they are in the big land. And one thing in Uruguay, you have more cows than people, and this is true. If you look in Google, it's true. There you have more cows free in the lands than people living. And super recommend the chivito. And if you are hungry, yeah. They say, but it's not the same. It's like in the south they have the bauru.
São Paulo.
But
it's very common.
Yeah, you have bauru. It's not the same, but it's a kind of.
It looks like the
bauru.
X-tudo, our X-tudo here.
What's the name?
X-tudo, X-all.
Yeah, looks like. Look like this. But
Thank you, Amalia.
yeah, it's very nice. Yes.
Oh, well, the kind of meat is different because I don't think in Brazil at all we are used to eat goat meat. Are we? I don't think so, right?
Maybe in the northeast, in my region,
in Northeast, it's very common.
Northeast.
Oh, so really?
Easy to find
okay.
it here in
You
Bahia.
see? Also learn something new. So I think that makes the biggest difference is the kind of meat that they prepare there because of the region. Okay.
We have here in Bahia a kind of sandwich named Mac body. Yeah, you can find it.
Really? Never heard about that.
Mac body.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay,
I love
for Laurence
change the
and
names.
for Richard, body means goat in Portuguese, right? And then in Spanish, you say?
Vaca or
Cabrito.
Goat.
Cabras.
cabra.
Cabra, there you go.
How is it in Portuguese?
Body.
Cabra, female. Cabrito, the male animal. Cabra.
Bode.
Cabrito is the
Bode is another name. Bode.
Bode is the
in
male.
Northeast, we say body.
Okay,
But
is it
cabra
clear?
with cabra.
Yeah,
But we don't have in Uruguay. Yeah, it's true. We don't have.
But is
But
it
I
clear
guess
for Laurence and
you
Richard?
are in Uruguay, they have the cordeiros, lamb, and it's very
Yeah,
good.
that's something different.
Lamb
Yeah,
is
But I
different.
just want to make sure
It's
that Laurence
ovelha
and
in
Richard
Portuguese.
understand.
Sure. Yes. Yeah, we ate in Christmas a lot. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it's true.
Okay, let's move forward. Marcela, please.
Oh, very good. Thank you. Amalia, what are the job opportunities in Uruguay? And could you mention to us the main differences from other countries where you have worked before?
In a special field or
No, in general.
in general?
In general, Amalia. Thank you.
Yeah, it's subjective because what I find, for example, two times I worked with the Ministerio de Cultura, and I wanted to stay 3 months giving workshops, and of course, for me was, I am at home, I can speak Spanish, I know the words and the how you speak with the people. Yeah, this was one thing. But for example, in Brazil, for me was easy. Okay, I was speaking Portuguese. Sometimes with theater was not easy because some directors were, you have too much accent. You always will be in the role of foreign. Or in television, I tried, but then I was, no, it will be not for me. They always say me, no, you will be always the foreign actress. And what I was trying to think. You are asking if there is more opportunities or what I feel difference in the relationships or...
For example, Amalia, in Brazil right now, I don't know, in some fields we are struggling with opportunities, mostly with people that are searching for new jobs or between jobs, I don't know, in other countries like Uruguay, it's a good moment. It's a good professional moment for, you absorb new opportunities or change careers, for example, or no, or don't. It's not a good moment.
I think yes. If I look around, or for example, what is happening in Argentina, I think yes. And I think what happened in Uruguay is we are few, and it's more a country of service. For example, if you work for service or technology, it's perfect. This you have a lot. In my field, I know all the people, all the dancer and actors. We are all looking for the same funds or opportunities. But for other side, I think in many years the opportunities were growing and they were investing more in culture. This is very nice. But I think you can do things in Uruguay. Is possible. I think that you don't have too much obstacles, bureaucratic obstacles for those things. It's only the point, like we are not a lot, and depend what you expect for have as feedback for your business or what you want to create. And the society, I think, is nice and also is safe.
It's good to know there's not a lot of bureaucracy, when you are Brazilian, for example, when you want to work at Uruguay or Argentina. I don't know. It's a good thing to know.
Yeah.
Maybe in other countries are more bureaucratic. It can be more bureaucratic, I don't know, or have more barriers to conquer.
Here for me, I have a lot of help from my boyfriend. in other way, for me was a lot. Yeah, I think they are super bureaucratic, and yeah, you have a lot of steps for do something, but you have opportunities too. I think, yeah, here in the Netherlands, I think there are a lot in culture. There are a lot of things, a lot of festivals. They give a lot of support. Yeah,
that's
this is
awesome.
nice.
Yeah,
Yes, yeah, it's
very good, Amalia. For me, it's super, very nice. Thank you so much.
Amalia, I have another question about the name of your country. Here, Brazil comes from brasa or amber because of the kind of tree the Portuguese settlers found when they got here in Brazil in the 16th century. It's a wood that I would like to share. This tree, in the middle of this tree, it's a really, really red, this tree. I'm gonna share so I can show this tree. And I'm curious about the name Uruguay. What is the origin of the name Uruguay? Brazil, it comes
it's
from,
beautiful.
yeah, it's really red. Pau Brasil. Pau Brasil.
But where do you find this?
In Brazil now, I don't think we can find this kind of tree, but
you can find it in Curitiba.
You can.
Curitiba, yeah.
Yeah, Curitiba and Bahia.
In different parts of the country, in Bahia,
But it's
different
guys, this tree, the
Look at
Pau
the color.
Brazil wood is under extinction. Is
But
disappearing.
what they did with this, they for paint or
Yes, for fabric.
Yeah.
Export to Portugal for fabric, the clothes, red clothes.
And some
Or
instruments,
like,
musical instruments too.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Yes, the name of the country comes from this tree. Actually, here in Brazil, we didn't say Pau Brasil in the past. You know, this name was before the Portuguese came in Brazil, because in India they have a lot of this country. But here in Brazil, the Indian, the native people used to say a different name. I guess Ibirapitanga, something like this. But here in Brazil, we usually say that it's so red like brasa. Brasa, you know brasa in Portuguese?
Yeah.
Because of
in
that,
Spanish.
Pau Brasil, because the color is like brasa. So Brazil.
Yeah, brasa, research, Laura says amber.
Yeah.
The wood one is burnt. There is amber, this color, amber color.
Exactly.
How about Uruguay? What is the origin of Uruguay? It is a Guarani word, or it's not?
Yes, it's Guarani. Yeah, it's, because we have some Guarani words. The indigenous communities were more lived in this region, were more the Charruas, Chanás, Guanás, Guaranis. But the Guaranis had the language because the others, they were more nomades, and they don't know a lot of information, and we lose a lot of information about the communities. But the Guarani were the most, and we have some department with the names. Tacuarembó, for example, Paysandú, their department from Uruguay with Guarani's names, and Uruguay is Guarani. And mean river of the painted birds, Río de los pájaros pintados is the meaning of the name Uruguay in Guarani. And the Rio Uruguay is the border, but the name is República Oriental del Uruguay, because we are al oriente the Rio Uruguay River. I will show. Exactly.
And do you usually say paisito?
Sí.
Paisito?
Yes.
I live in a paisito.
Is this the Uruguay River here?
Yes, exactly.
Oh. And
They
to
say
go,
they have a lot of color birds.
to go from
and-
Montevideo to Buenos Aires, do you take a ferry boat or a boat or?
Normally, the people go to Colonia. I can point Colonia.
Oh,
Colonia, yes.
Yes, Sacramento.
Colonia de Sacramento is beautiful and is you see is a historic city. Yeah, exactly. And was you see more Portuguese architecture because the Portuguese were there.
Yeah.
And the fort was made by Portuguese.
It's very easy to go there from Buenos Aires.
Yes,
you can take a bus, can go
exactly.
there. Yeah.
From Montevideo, normally you go by bus and it's 2 hours to Colonia, and then you take I think 40 minutes or maybe less by ferry from Colonia to Buenos Aires. Yeah, it's easy. Exactly. Yes.
What is the name of your city, Amalia? You said the name of your city? Your city?
Lascano. If you go to the east.
Lascano.
Go to the, okay. Now you put Lascano, Uruguay. Lascano Rocha, Departamento Uruguay. Here you have. No, yes. Super small.
How many people? How many people in your?
8,000.
8,000.
Yes, everybody knows the life of everybody.
Oh, I found a city smaller than mine. Mine is 13,000. I found.
Wow. When I arrived, I don't know. I go from the bus station to the house of my parents, and then I go out, and many people, I know you were here. I know you were here. Say, wow.
This is your house. This is your house now.
No. Yes, you found my city. But I lived until 16 years old. Then I went to Montevideo. And then I went to Rio. Yes, we have this. This is one of the most famous business. Is
What is
the
kind
rice?
Rice. What is kind of rice?
Rice is the only. Like the whole town work in this place.
Look your car here. It's like my seat.
Ask him. You have to behave. I will read. If I ask, because I am curious for all of you. What do you do? Yeah,
it's gonna take a long time. Amalia, I think I'm gonna have to invite you soon because I think we're gonna start holding sessions with the Brazilians so that you guys, which are today or being before, like Richard and Laurence, would be the special speaker, let's call it. Then we're gonna do it reverse. So the Brazilians are gonna start telling, they're gonna be the special speakers, and you guys can come and ask all the questions you'd like to ask. I have many questions still. I'm gonna have to ask you in private. Thank God I have your contact. But anyhow, I don't know if many people here speak Spanish like I do. And for me, it's still very difficult to hear the difference between Argentinian and Uruguayan. Why is that? Why I cannot hear the difference when I hear Argentinian and then Uruguayan is pretty much the same? How is that possible?
Yeah, it is. It's the same
you
for
hear
me.
The difference? You do?
Sure. Sure. When
something...
I listen in the street, for example, of course, here, when you listen Spanish, you immediately, I recognize the sound. And when it's Argentinian or, Uruguayan, I don't listen a lot. I think that there are not a lot. Of course. yeah, I think you think more in our is similar, this sound,
But
but
you use, for instance, use boluda, things that I mean, like when I was in Peru, they never spoke like that. So you use also the same words as the Argentinians, don't you?
Some, because we receive many television from Argentina, and I think it's entering many expression, and it's so close by, and we receive artists and people going, and you have some some things in common, but it's different. It's not the same. I would try to do it's more like y bueno, y qué sé yo, y que y ahí estaba. They have like something more
singing.
And
okay.
And I think we speak not like this. It's more musical, but it's the same in Brazil. In the beginning, for me I didn't recognize, and everybody saying, it's very, when you somebody from the north or from São Paulo or Rio or South, like they speak more the two. For you, it's very clear. Or is from more the interior or more a capital.
And you have different regions in Uruguay as well? Like how many provinces do you have? And you have also the different accents?
20 departments, and you have some very clear.
20 for such a small country. Yes. Wow.
It's true. Yeah. But it's bigger than the Netherlands.
Yeah.
Bigger than the Netherlands.
We have a special guest. Marcela, introduce your son, please.
Oh, guys, my son calls Gustavo. His name is Gustavo.
Hola.
He's a 4-year-old child. And
he's
he
very
loves
curious
to hear people talking in different languages. English, for example. He keep listening with me and curious about, what you're saying. Yes. Say hi everyone. Hi. Oi, pessoal.
Oi, pessoal.
Oi. Como que você chama?
Hola.
Gustav.
Hola, Gustavo.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Simone.
No problem. Okay. Is there anyone who'd like really to ask a question? Because then it's going to be the last one. Is there anyone who really would like to ask a question still? Okay, I have a question. I think it's going to be important for them as well. Amalia, I don't know how old you are, but you are almost 50 like Laurence. Me, I'm also 40 plus. Some people, I think Caroline is the youngest one here. But I mean, back in the days when you decided to become a dancer, an artist, how hard it was for your parents to accept you?
A lot. Very hard. And you saw the size of my small city. Something like, what is this?
Unimaginable,
like,
right? They could never imagine
you will
something like that.
You will never win money with this. Sometimes I think they were right in this, but I will not change my option. And for sure, and we will need to help you all the time, and this is what I work at hard. Say I will never ask any more help for them in financial way, and this was what they were saying the most. And then this is not a career, what is this? But and until now, my father, when I tell, and I don't understand what you do. I don't know. I don't understand what you do. And when I show some contemporary dance solos I did, and I don't know why you do this. What is this? No, he doesn't understand, but he accepts. He needs to accept. But it was hard. And also, of course, was giving me like, yeah, I am in the right way. But yeah, this of course. But I think in all the careers you have these questions too. I think more, maybe others are more accepted in societies, or you have more stability, can be. But I cannot change. I really, yeah, when I have the project and I am involved in the project, I really feel like super, yeah, how would say, plena, plenty.
Fulfilled. You feel fulfilled.
Yeah, fulfilled. Sorry. Yes, exactly. Yeah, and I perceive.
You can share some of your work with them. I've seen you live, and I know how talented you are. But you can, if you want, you can give me some links, and I will share your work with the group.
I have, I have my website. In the website, I share many, all my work. And it's the only work, for example, of course, I did all other work. It's not always I was working as an artist. No, I was teaching Spanish. I was working in restaurant as waiters. I did many other jobs, but it's the only job I can work extra hours and I don't really feel like no. In the others, I never. It's like I was counting the time. Yeah.
I understand. Okay, guys, we're gonna have to wrap it up. Amalia, thank you so much for being here. I know how busy you are. I know how hard it was to get you here. I mean, you still were able to get a full room because now in Brazil it's 11 a.m. You see, like you have the afternoon free because she works mostly in the evening, guys. So it was very difficult to book her. But thank you so much for being here. It was very nice to have you. And I hope to see you again soon.
Yes,
to say something else?
Yeah, I am super curious for know. Yeah, you all.
You guys. Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
So I'll definitely invite you. Thank you guys for being here as well. And I see you on Saturday.
Thank you, Amalia.
Have a good day.
Thank you, guys. Have a great week.
Guys.
Thank you so much, Amalia. Take care.
Thank you.